Buddhism is a spiritual tradition that focuses on personal spiritual development and the attainment of a deep insight into the true nature of life. Buddhism teaches us that all life is interconnected, so compassion is natural and important. Buddhism is 2,500 years old. There are currently 376 million followers worldwide. There are around 151,816 Buddhists in Britain, according to the 2001 census. Buddhism arose as a result of Siddhartha Gautama's quest for enlightenment in around the 6th century BCE. There is no belief in a personal God. It is not centered on the relationship between humanity and God. Buddhists believe that nothing is fixed or permanent. Change is always possible. The two main Buddhist sects are Theravada Buddhism and Mahayana Buddhism, and there are many more. Buddhism is a very colorful faith with many festivals throughout the year. Buddhists can worship both at home or at a temple. The path to enlightenment is through the practice and development of morality, meditation, and wisdom.
In the 500 BCs, during the later part of the Vedic period in India, the idea of reincarnation became very strong among Hindus. Most people believed that after you died, you would be reborn in another form.
Eventually, these people began wondering, wasn't there any way to stop this, to get off the wheel of reincarnation and just be? A young prince named Siddhartha Gautama Buddha had an idea. He thought that you could get off the wheel of reincarnation if you were good and pure enough. He refused to be prince anymore, and tried to spend his life being good and pure so he could get off the wheel. Gautama Buddha had many followers during his lifetime, and after he died, he had even more. Most of Buddha's followers tried to be good while still living their normal lives, working in the fields as soldiers, getting married, taking care of their parents and their children. These people were called monks or nuns. In the 300 BCs, one of the great Mauryan kings, Asoka, became a Buddhist, which helped Buddhism to succeed. Asoka convinced many other Indian people to become Buddhists. The Four Noble Truths are important principles in Buddhism. They point out the way things really are, and are taught to students to get rid of mistakes to avoid hardship and suffering. They allow one to reach liberation and wisdom. The first noble truth is life means suffering. This truth means that the world and human nature are not perfect, so to live, one must suffer. The second noble truth is that the origin of suffering is attachment. The basis of this is that suffering is the result of being attached to someone or something, not only a physical object, but also ideas and objects of perception. The third noble truth is that the cessation of suffering is attainable. It can be attained by nirodha, which is the unmaking of sensual craving and conceptual attachment. One can end their suffering by defeating human activity and removing the cause of suffering. This ultimately achieves nirvana, which is the freedom from worries, troubles, complexes, and ideas. The fourth and final noble truth is the path to the cessation of suffering. This is a gradual path which includes improving oneself. It is the middle way between hedonism and asceticism. Hedonism is the excessive self-indulgence, and asceticism is the excessive self-mortification. The path leads to the end of the rebirth cycle, but can extend throughout many lifetimes.